Shadow Warrior. Is it worth a buy? Let's read. Shadow Warrior is a bold reimagining of the classic 3D realm shooter from independent developer Flying Wild Hog, starring the legendary and quick-witted warrior Lo Wang. Combine the brute force of overwhelming firepower with the elegant precision of a katana to annihilate the merciless armies of the Shadow Realm in an exhilarating and visually stunning transformation of the classic first-person shooter. First off, guys, I was recommended this by a long-time subscriber who watched my Wolfenstein video and says, Mac, this is the best first-person shooter I've ever played, or something like that. So I kind of got it gifted, and so I did a whole stream on this actually, and I played it outside of the stream for a couple of hours as well, I believe. And what a fun game this is. You play as this kind of shogun guy, and at first you think you're going to die until you realise just how fucking hard you are. Your opening scene of fighting is against about 20 guys, and all you've got's a fucking sword. And you're like, mate, run. And then you just start doing the moves, and arms and legs and heads and torsos are flying through the air with blood splattering everywhere, and you just realise you're a fucking badass. It has a great story. I mean, I got into this story straight away. I don't want to give away anything, but essentially you're fighting against the Shadow Realm, the dark evil demons, and it's a fight for the sword. Whoever owns the sword controls June, or something like that. But it's a really good story, underhanded people employing people, and you drive it a Datsun 280Z, which is one of my all-time favourite cars, even though they were shit. I just like it. But anyway, the combat is what makes this game. The combat is just awesome. You have basic moves. It's so easy to use. I mean, the sword, you just left mouse button slash, and then your right mouse button's a bit of a block. But on top of that, you double tap certain keys and then hold your left or right mouse button down, and that unlocks a whole load of other moves which are dead easy to do. I'm assuming you can do it with a controller as well. I haven't tried. Why would you? Why would you use a controller if you've got a keyboard and mouse with a first-person shooter? And it is a shooter because there's lots of guns to be had, machine guns, pistols, and all kinds of stuff. But let's just concentrate on the best bit, that fighting with a katana. That's incredible. You just run up to somebody, slash, and the head comes off, or if you hit them in the arm, their arm comes off, or as I did in my stream, I chopped some legs off and he's like hopping around there with blood splurting out. The more you slice people up, the more you want to slice people up. It's like you long for combat where there's at least 5 or 6 of them. I've just unlocked a great move where I do a 360-degree spin with my katana and just slice and dice everybody. It's just insane. You look for groups. It's the first game that I've actually looking for groups of enemies to run into and then unleash this power. It's just great. It's so brutal. My wife came in while I was playing this and she said, "What's that? That's disgusting." And I was like, "It's fucking great, love! Slash heads! Ah!" Don't expect the kind of combat that's in Chivalry, the precision kind of sword fight. You're not going to get that. Imagine Serious Sam with a katana. That's what you get with this game. It isn't a serious game. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. It's full of wit, full of humour. It's hilarious, to be honest. There's a little demon in it who is just so fucking funny. He had me laughing out loud on a few occasions. You know what it reminded me of? Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell. That film. One of my all-time favourite films. If you haven't seen that film, go and watch it. It's hilarious. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it's so fucking funny. And this game is like that. You see, this game was brought out in September 2013, and by all intents and purposes, it looks fucking awful compared to, say, Wolfenstein, for example, which has just come out, the old blood. If you compare them side by side, one on each monitor, this is just awful compared to Wolfenstein in looks. It sounds alright. The sound's pretty decent. Music's quite fun as well, but it just looks shite. Let's be honest, even on everything ramped up to max, it looks garbage. And the problem with that is, it's got a £30 price tag still. So you've got this game that's well over 2 years old now, still with a $29.99 price tag, and it looks like vomit. And that's going to put a lot of people off. I think they should drop the price of this. You know, you look at the games today, and when you're in the areas of $29.99, which is your full price game, you expect AAA kind of graphics. You just do. You expect all the bells and whistles for that, as well as a good game underneath. I'm not saying graphics make a game, they clearly don't. I mean, look no further than Infested Planet for that. But it's a first-person shooter with shit graphics at full price, and that's where I have a problem. It is a great game, and what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to break my own rule here. I'm going to give it a thumb up because it's fucking great. It's a really good game. But if you're not going to buy it because of $29.99, I would fully understand why you wouldn't do that. But listen carefully. This will be in the sales. I've seen it in the sales before. And it will be in the summer sale again. The Steam sales, it's going to be in there. When it is, buy it. Because this game is so much fun. Just rushing around, slashing people up with a katana. You got machine guns, you can shoot them. The game itself, as a game, is great fun. The maps are very linear, as you'd expect from a first-person shooter. They're a bit too linear for me, to be honest. They seem very small levels, and you kind of get funneled down a path which is a bit shit. This game's all about the combat. That's what it's about. It's about a good story and the combat. And you've got two great things there. Them two things are going to carry this game into the thumb up realm, because what more do you want? I mean, you can get away with bad graphics up to a point if you've got a good story and you've got good combat, and this has both of them things. So it's slick, it runs so well. I mean, it runs really, really quick, and it's great fun to play. Lots of things to upgrade, loads of spells to unlock, so you're using kind of guns, magic and sword play, and there's loads of stuff to unlock. You build your character up, and it's not like in some of the games where I've slagged off the perk system, where it's just been perks, stupid perks, you know, like you can now carry more ammo, you know, fuck that. I mean, there might be that perk in it, is there. These are kind of perks like, they're not so much perks, they're more like leveling up. It's like, here's a new ability where you can slice people up even better than you could slice people up before. So it's that kind of stuff, which is really good, and you've got to decide which way you're going to go with it, because I don't think you can unlock everything in one sitting. I've had to make a few decisions of whether I'm going to go down the katana route or I'm going to go down the magic or the healing route. I mean, you can heal yourself. It's just got everything. It's a great, great game. If you've got the cash and you're looking for a good first-person shooter, you've just found it. It's called Shadow Warrior. If you're hard up for cash, wait till the sales and then buy it. But you've got to have this in your collection. It does get repetitive. I mean, I've had a quick look at, I've got 59 friends who own this game, and the guy who's played it the longest has put 25 hours in. The next down 17 hours. Then you're looking at 13 hours. And after that, the vast majority of people have played it between 3.7 hours and 8 hours. So you can kind of see where I'm coming from with this. It does get a bit repetitive after a while, but it's really good, and it's definitely worth buying. It's a fabulous, fabulous game, and believe me, if it's in the sales, get it. So that's Shadow Warrior. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Breath of fresh air, even though it's all there. Max, shut up, you're waffling. Bye.